In the beginning, there was only the primeval waters of chaos. From this endless flood, the sun god Adam rose and willed himself into existence. He created air, his son Shu, and moisture, his daughter Tefnut. These two gave birth to Geb, the earth, and Nut, the sky. Their children, Osiris, Isis, Seth, and Nephthys, completed the 9 gods of the Ennead. Osiris became king and ruled Egypt alongside Isis in an age of peace. But their brother Seth, driven by jealousy, murdered Osiris, scattering his body across the land. Isis and Nephthys recovered the pieces, and with help from Thoth and Anubis, Isis restored Osiris, creating the first mummy. Osiris fathered Horus before departing to rule the Duat, the land of the dead. Meanwhile, Seth seized the throne, forcing Isis to raise Horus in hiding. When grown, Horus challenged Seth, and after a fierce conflict, the Ennead judged the case. Geb, as divine judge, declared Horus the rightful king. From that time on, pharaohs were believed to descend from Horus, their rule justified by divine right. Amun, known as the Hidden One, rose to become the supreme deity of Egypt. He was thought to be the unseen force behind all existence, even creation itself. Unlike other gods who ruled over specific aspects of life, Amun encompassed all elements of the cosmos. Over time, he absorbed the powers of other gods, most notably merging with Ra to become Amun-Ra. In this form, he symbolized the unity of the hidden and visible worlds, ultimately becoming the king of the gods. His worship became so widespread that some Egyptians viewed all other deities as mere facets of his singular might. Osiris. As ruler of the underworld and judge of the dead, Osiris was one of Egypt's most revered gods. His cycle of death and rebirth gave Egyptians hope for life after death. The grand tombs and elaborate burial rituals that define ancient Egypt were inspired by the desire to follow Osiris into the afterlife. While pharaohs could afford lavish funerary goods and spells to aid them on their journey, even common Egyptians could hope to reach the afterlife. Souls traveled through the Duat, confronting dangers and avoiding monstrous beings, until they reached the Hall of Ma'at, goddess of truth. Here they stood before 42 divine judges, declaring their innocence of specific sins. Anubis and Thoth then weighed the soul's heart against the feather of truth. If the heart was pure and lighter than the feather, the soul would proceed to Osiris for final approval. If not, the soul was devoured by Ammit, a fearsome beast, and ceased to exist. Isis, Egypt's most beloved goddess, often overshadowed even her husband Osiris in devotion. As mother of Horus, she embodied the role of royal protector, safeguarding each pharaoh as her child. Isis was known for her powerful magic, invoked by both the royal court and ordinary people for healing and protection. Her sorcery was so formidable that she once tricked Ra himself into revealing his secret name, thus increasing her divine power. Horus. Horus, the falcon-headed god, symbolized rightful kingship. He was both the avenger of his father Osiris and the guardian of the throne. Each reigning pharaoh was believed to be a living Horus during life and to become Osiris in death. Horus also reigned over the sky, his right eye representing the sun, his left the moon. The movement of his wings across the heavens was thought to generate the winds. Seth, god of chaos and disorder, stood in direct opposition to the harmonious rule of Osiris, Isis, and Horus. Known as the Red One, Seth represented violence, rebellion, and the scorching desert lands. He personified threats to Egypt, from disease to civil unrest and foreign invasion. Despite his dark aspects, Seth played a crucial role in the cosmic order. Each night he accompanied Ra on his journey through the underworld, defending the sun god against the serpent Apophis. When Apophis attacked, Seth alone resisted, slaying the monster with his spear and ensuring the sun's rebirth at dawn. Ra, the radiant sun god, held one of the most central roles in Egyptian belief. He was thought to have created humanity from his own tears and ruled as the first king before ascending to the sky on the back of Nut, the sky goddess. There he became the celestial monarch, governing the universe. Egyptians believed Ra journeyed across the sky each day in his solar bark, his passage marking time. Khepri, the scarab god, pushed the sun from the horizon each morning, symbolizing dawn. Ra governed the midday sun, while Atum represented the setting sun. At night, Ra entered the underworld, battling Apophis to ensure the cycle of day and night would continue without end. The Eyes of Ra. To protect his cosmic order, Ra unleashed powerful goddesses known as the Eyes of Ra. These deities embodied his wrath and divine strength, often taking the form of lionesses to destroy his enemies. Sekhmet. Among these fierce protectors, Sekhmet stood out as the most formidable. Breathing fire in battle, she represented the scorching winds of the desert. When humanity plotted against Ra during his reign on Earth, he sent Sekhmet to punish them. Her fury was so great that she nearly exterminated humankind. Bastet. Bastet, another of Ra's eyes, began as a lioness goddess, but evolved into a gentler cat goddess over time. While she still fought for Ra against his enemies, she also became known as a protector of women, a guardian of homes, and a patroness of childbirth and fertility. Hathor. Some of Ra's eyes took on the image of a cow, representing nourishment and creation. Hathor, goddess of love, motherhood, and music, was one such deity. She watched over conception and birth, and her role extended to the afterlife where women hoped to join her after death, just as men hoped to become one with Osiris. Neith, another cow-form eye of Ra, was said to have existed before creation itself. She gave birth to both Ra and Apophis, symbolizing her role as mother to gods and monsters alike. She was also a goddess of war and weaving, associated with both life-giving and destruction. Her martial nature led the Greeks to equate her with Athena. Ptah, master craftsman and patron god of Memphis, was believed to have created the world through the power of thought and speech. He formed the earth on his potter's wheel and shared the gift of craftsmanship with humanity. Ptah was a god of builders, artists, and sculptors, responsible for the creative spark in all acts of making. Anubis, the jackal-headed god, oversaw embalming and protected the dead. He ensured that the deceased were properly prepared for the afterlife and punished those who disturbed tombs. Anubis famously embalmed Osiris, creating the first mummy. He also presided over the weighing of the heart, guiding souls toward their final fate under Osiris's judgment. Thoth, god of wisdom and writing, was born from Seth's forehead after a magical incident with Horus. As the inventor of hieroglyphs, Thoth became the scribe of the gods, recording time, keeping history, and maintaining the balance of the cosmos. His wife, Seshat, was goddess of libraries and sacred texts. Thoth also played a role in the afterlife, recording the results of the heart-weighing ceremony and keeping the eternal records of each soul.